Hey, amazing people, it's me, Tracy Lene, here on Friday with the last for this week of the Law of Divine Compensation on Work, Money, and Miracles. I will be transparent with you. As you can see, I've taken the microlinks out. The microlinks gave me the more poofiness and the length to it, but I took them out. But before I took them out, well, before my daughter put them in, she had to cut my hair a lot because my ends were kind of heat damaged. So we cut the heat damage ends off because I wore my hair. You don't have a relaxer in it, but I have color in it, and I blow dry and flat iron it a lot. So the ends needed some help. So we cut the ends short, and then I put the micro links in because I didn't want my hair that short. But the micro links were proven to not be really good for my hair because my hair was coiling around the tip of the micro, and I did not want to have a lock over top of it. So we had to take them out. So this is where we are, and I almost didn't do this video because I am growing to like it, because healthy hair is better than length hair, but it takes a minute to get used to it sometimes. Anyhow, let's get started. I'm Tracy Lene, as you already know, and we are still in Job versus Calling, chapter 11. And we were on the spiritual plane, you have no competitors. Let me say that again. On the spiritual plane, you have no competitors. There is no competition for your position, as you are a unique expression of the mind of God. Whenever you're thinking of doing anything, just keep telling yourself there is no competition on the spiritual plane. There's no competition in divine mind. That's what I tell myself. There's no competition in divine mind. What's mine is mine. And once you tell yourself that enough times, you begin to believe it. You guys know these are my first attempt at making wire earrings. They're huge and they definitely are wonky. I'm getting better at it. Anywho, you not only have a place in the universe, you have an essential function in the universe. Only you can do the job of being you. And the universe itself is left incomplete without you. Whenever you start to get really down on yourself, write it somewhere. Here, let me say it again so you can do it. Only you can do the job of being you, and the universe itself is left incomplete without you. Say it again slower, Tracy. Only you can do the job of being you, and the universe itself is left incomplete without you. You might want to write it and say your name. Say, hey, whatever your name is. I'll say me. Hey, Tracy. Only you can do the job of being you. And the universe itself is left incomplete without you, Tracy. And put it somewhere where you'll see it every morning when you wake up and right before you go to bed, so that you can start to believe that. Because it can be daunting, especially as you age. I'm 56, and my God, the world just wants you to just go on over the corner and be a grandma. I am a grandma. I've had to wear glasses now for the past 5 years. At first it was cute. I was like, ooh, I get to wear glasses. Now I'm like, I don't really like glasses, but I need to see well, and I'm grateful for them. So that's why I have so many pair. These are my house glasses. I don't wear these outside. All right. It is not arrogant, but humble to realize this. As you place yourself in service to the greatest drama there is, the actualization of your own potential. You have so much potential. Your highest function is simply to be the person you are capable of being. And from that effort, a development of your kindness and positivity, your vulnerability and availability to life, your calling will emerge. I'm going to say that again. Your highest function is simply to be the person you are capable of being. And from that effort, the development of your kindness and positivity, your vulnerability and availability to life, your calling will emerge. I love to create, and I don't sell that much. So I've decided that I'm going to create for the love of creating, and my calling is not to create things, obviously, because your calling does pay your bills. But what does pay my bills is teaching, and that's a calling because I reach these children and I love doing what I do. So I'm shifting. I'll still make things. I'll still have so much jewelry because I'm going to make it and I'll give it out as presents to people. I've decided to shift it because there's so much out there, and I think that my talent is good, but there are people with more talent and doing better, and I'm okay with that. I've come to terms with it, and I feel good about it, not in a cry for me Argentina way, but in a I love making things, so I'll just make them for friends and family, and if somebody wants to buy it, great. If they don't, great. What's that? As you become who you are meant to be, what you are meant to do will fall like a path of rose petals before you. You may be thinking, I don't know what my calling is, but God does. She knows how your talents and abilities can best fit into her plan for the enlightenment of the healing of all things. What talents you have, he, she, you guys know I'm doing that because I see God, the ultimate, as a female. So I say she will glorify you as you use them to glorify her. But I also recognize that people see God as a male, and I'm good with that too. So the book says he will glorify you to use them as you glorify him. And talents you don't even know that you have, that lie latent within you, will emerge as you surrender more deeply to love. And what I love about actualizing God, the divine mother, is when I say divine father, she doesn't get upset because she knows that it works together. You need a mother and a father to be born, but mothers are more nurturing, and I need that nurturing stuff. Your calling is what you would do whether you were paid to do it or not. So maybe my calling is to make stuff, because I would do that whether I'm paid or not. I would not teach without being paid because it's an all-day thing and I need to have some income. Your calling is what you have to do in order to be happy. Well, that might be crafting because I have to be happy. Your calling is what connects you to your deepest self and to the rest of life around you. If you have no idea what that will be, simply pray. Here's the prayer, guys. Dear God, please use me. And awareness of your calling will appear miraculously. You may have to say it more than once because you may be hard-headed and don't listen well. So you may have to say it more than once. From the time she was a little girl, my daughter was entranced by stories of historical kings and queens. Constantly, she would say to me, "Mommy, tell me a queen story." Even when very young, she would read books about King Henry VIII and his wives, following me around the house telling me about this or that historical incident. Now she's a graduate student in history. While some have suggested to me that finding a job as a history professor may not be easy once she graduates, there's a job for her. Whatever you're doing, there's a space for you to do it. Don't let me tell you what's going to be easy. It may not be easy for them, and it may not be easy for you, but it will be doable. Or that. She won't be able to make a living as a historian because history isn't just a job to her. History is her calling. She is genuinely excited about it. Whether she pursues her love of history as a professor or writer or shares her knowledge via some other means, her passion will undoubtedly make her of use to the world. I have no doubt that in the miraculous universe, she will be compensated appropriately for the work she does. I'm always sad to hear parents saying to their child, "But how will you make a living doing that?" When their child is obviously passionate about something. When I was graduating high school and going off to college, I first went to Morgan State University and I was majoring in theater. Within 6 months, the theater director there said, "You're very good and you need to be at Howard University where they can utilize your talents more." She put together the audition. I got in Howard University, and off to Howard University I went that next semester. So I'm at Howard. I get in the theater department, which is a big deal, by the way, because not everybody gets in. That time they had 80 people audition for it and they only accept 20. And guess who was one of the 20? Me. I get there and I do love doing what I do. My parents are getting a divorce. My father is paying for my college, and he says, "Unless you change your major to be a teacher, I'm not paying for it. I'm not paying for you to play." And I thought, no, this is what I want to do. He said, "Well, I'm not paying for it." And I left school. So I had been there 3 years. I had 3 years of college under my belt. And I didn't even think to look for financial aid. And nobody told me, so I didn't know. My mom was overwhelmed with the divorce, and my sister was in private school. And so we just had a lot going on. And we looked into Howard just letting me stay and my mom paying because the income she made. And that lasted for another semester. So I ended up fully with 3.5 semesters of school before I just said, I need to go do something else because this isn't working. And the opportunity to travel over to England to do a play came around, and I just left school. But I'm back in school now. I have 1.5 years left. I'll graduate with my youngest daughter. That's going to be so good. All right, so where was I at? I'm always over there. But how will you make a living doing that when their child is obviously passionate about something? Reading the biography of Steve Jobs, anyone can see that this kid with a love of computers working away in his parents' garage wasn't thinking just about how he would get a job. He was responding to a higher calling, a calling for the ages, as it turned out. And no one doubts the abundance that he created, because most of us love our iPhones. Not all of us have the talent of a computer genius, but all of us have a call to greatness nonetheless. There is nobody on this planet that's a throwaway person. I don't care how you got here. The moment you emerged here, your calling came with you, and it's inside of you. It's not outside of you. It's that thing that makes you sing. It's that thing that makes you so happy to do it. And it's true. You would do it even if you didn't get paid, but you got to get paid because you got to eat. So it'll take care of you. You may have to do some other things first to get fully to let your calling take care of you, but you can do it. This nose ring is acting wonky. I thought it looked like a booger, but it's not. The true you, your holy self, is beyond any limits of the mortal world. So are the talents and brilliances within you. When you dwell in that knowledge, simply recognizing and appreciating the divine spirit residing in all of us, you receive the charisma of a self-confident person. Someone who has confidence in God comes across as confidence to the world. Someone who thinks of him or herself as a follower of God comes across as a leader to the world. Let me stop you right there. I was in the grocery store today doing an Instacart, and this woman comes up to me. She literally looks homeless. Like, the whole look was given, poor, raggedy, and maybe living out my car. And she wants to hand me this pamphlet. Let me tell you the good news about God. Girl, you need to tell yourself the good news about God. You don't have to look like that. And there is, in my opinion, no way you're going to attract people to God if you looking like that. Nobody want to look like that. I could see she was an attractive woman, but the clothes were just thrown on her. And obviously she covers her head, which is a wonderful thing. But I've seen people cover their hair and it looks beautiful. They'll have a beautiful hijab on, or a nice little wrap going all the way up, like the Erykah Badu stuff going on. Or some of them will have a cute little baseball cap on or a hat. What she was looking like, and she's Jehovah's Witness, and handing me that, no way. That God, I don't want nothing to do with it, because that God make you homely and look hungry and out of doors. And that just doesn't appeal to people. So I do believe that when your confidence in God is really there, you attract people to you, and you look like you serve a mighty God. You don't look like you just ate out of a trash can, or you just came in the store hoping that somebody would give you some food. That's not what you look like when you serve God. At least I don't think you do. I could be wrong, but I'm not. Anywho, you'll develop a kind of invisible light, a sense of humble certitude, a greatness that comes from beyond yourself. Your abilities, your intelligence, your talents, your personality, your circumstances, your dreams will all come together in a beautiful pattern. And you will see all of this as your calling, a calling back and forth in a continuous song, from your heart to the universe and the universe back to you. In the words of Confucius, choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. I bear witness to that. Now, we're going to get to chapter 12, starting Monday, embracing abundance. I'm excited about that because I like that whole embracing abundance. Understanding that abundance is not just money. Abundance is having people around you who support you and love you. Abundance is having the ability to be kind to everybody, to have a roof over your head, to eat the food you like, to do the things you like. Abundance comes in more than just money, but the money does come, and money is necessary to live the life you want to live, because you got to buy stuff. So we're going to check on that on Monday. You have an incredible weekend. Go do something really fun, and I'll see you Monday.